Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we're going to be covering Wet Job Part 6, which the quest requires you to get level 7 in snipers in order you to hand it in. Now why do you want to hand it in? That's because you want the M995 rounds, which is a 5x56 round for either the M4 or the AK-101. Now after finally completing this task myself, I worked out that it was somewhere between 420 and 450 kills with a DVL or an SV98 in order to complete it. I tried multiple ways in order to level it by going into customs and just treating it like a normal run and picking off scavs as I go through, having an AK as a sidearm to kill players if they come up close. I went into woods using a long range scope, a hammer sight with a DP, or taking an MRS for just using up close range going straight towards the lumber mill. And then finally, the way I worked out that was the most efficient way of leveling, however it got quite repetitive after a while, was going into nighttime raids on factory, which was generally quite quiet on Australian servers. And then after the initial minute, scavs would start spawning in up until the 25-minute mark that was left, and you'd usually get between 10 and 13, sometimes up to 14 scavs during that time. Now if there was a player in there and you could find them without making too much noise, you could also get that kill as well, which helped. Now this took a good part of 2.5 days of my streaming time up, as well as that it was very expensive. An SV98 is about 100,000 rubles by the time you put a scope, buy the ammo, the mags, and just take in the gear itself, particularly night vision for factory. I probably blew somewhere between 10 million and 15 million rubles just to complete this task. Now obviously if you're a player a lot safer, you're not going to die as much and therefore you'll be able to save a bit of money. But overall, everyone dies in Tarkov. Scavs would kill you. There's always people going to be trying to kill you as well. So it's going to get quite expensive. If you do decide to take the nighttime factory tactic, I would consider being quite careful around what I call stage, which is just outside the corridor hole in the wall on that steel platform, or watching out for what I call stripper, which is the staircase in the middle of the map. If you get too close to either of these locations, the scavs would shoot you without any hesitation, and in 2 shots you're usually dead, sometimes even 1. However, if you stay on any of the other platforms on the rafters and just shot down at the scavs, generally you could get 1 to 2 shots off before they even notice that you're even there. An alternative method to help you out with this run is to take in a second person to work as an offsider, and then that way they can help spot the scavs, as well as you can use them just to loot, and that's their benefit from the raid. As well as if there's players in there, they can specifically be geared to tackle players, and then you can worry more about the SV98 or the DVL to pick off the scavs. Now if you're using an SV98, I'd highly recommend using the SNB rounds, as they can one-shot anyone in the chest and head with a packer or less, or the M80 rounds for the DVL, which will do the exact same thing. Now I'm going to keep this video short and to the point, like all my other videos, so hopefully you gained something out of this. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you next time.